everybody and welcome back to my channel. It is day 24 of Vlogmas. It is actually Christmas Eve that I'm filming this, so a Merry Christmas Eve. I wanted to show up for you guys. I said I would do 24 videos and here I am on Christmas Eve. I know most people have all their videos pre-filmed and everything like that. Not me. No, I don't. I've been winging it every single day, as you know, and here I am. It's Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas Day. Happy Christmas in betweeny bit if you're watching this then. Hopefully you're having a great time no matter what you're doing. If you're with family, friends, if you're alone, if you're at home for Christmas, if you're away, if you celebrate Christmas or not, I just hope you're having a good time basically. So today's video, I was a bit like, oh, what do I film? I thought I would put together my top 5 charity shop upcycles that I've done over the years. I figured some people are new here and haven't seen all of these, and I really did sit down last night after making all those snowmen. Look at them, they're on my tree. No time like the present. I also broke a nail tonight making them, so classic. Brilliant. Half a nail missing, but it is what it is. I'll fix it over the break. These are Christmas nails anyway, so they're going to come off. But yeah, after I finished the snowman last night, I was like going through and I was thinking about all the things that I've actually made over the years and upcycled. Obviously, there's so many things that I've made, but actual charity shop upcycles. So finding something in the charity shop and upcycling it into something more my style, just so I could bring you some inspo basically, so that throughout the next kind of like week or so, if you go into the charity shops and there's some Christmassy stuff and it's not really to your taste, you can pick up in the hopes of upcycling, and also just keeping an eye out for the whole kind of year. The reason that I got into charity shop upcycling is because I was watching videos on YouTube and everything like that, and that's what inspired me. So hopefully this video can inspire you. So I've picked out my top 5. Some of these I even made in 2019. I still have them to show you as well, so we will show them as well as I go through of them now. And I found all of the videos from all of these different hard drives I had kicking around. I saved it all, so hope you have a fantastic Christmas, and here is my 5th one on the list. So I'm throwing you back to 2021 when I found this Home Sweet Home sign in a local charity shop. I remember I went there because Tommy needed a doctor's appointment. I was like, I'll just pop into the charity shop next door, and I came across this and I was like, yes, I could do something with this. It ended up being in my stash for a couple months before I realised what I was actually going to do with it, and I turned it into a Christmas decoration, a gingerbread street sign, with the help of my Cricut, I'm not gonna lie. So I stained it in a red, and when I was doing this I realised that staining it with the acrylic, the white text was showing on through. This was a bit of a happy accident because I quite like the border around it, so I just buffed that back around the corner so the white could still poke through the red. Honestly, it turned out brilliant. And then I did a couple layers over the original text, so that blended that out and we couldn't see that no more. No home sweet home in this house, although that's very cute and I do have that on a doorstop right now, but oh well, it is what it is. I'm a shabby chic lover, what can I say? So I stenciled on the word gingerbread instead of writing it on, and I got a bit of vinyl that said street and I stuck that on, and I basically just covered the whole thing in a load of gold paint. So this is how the sign turned out, and it's still holding up really well. So I actually stippled this text on using this stencil that I made for my Cricut all those years ago, and it turned out great. The street is actually vinyl, so that sticks out nice and I really love it. The kind of swirly twirly bit was it definitely a happy accident. I still absolutely adore the colour that I made this, that vintagey kind of dark red, which still appears in all of my crafts these days. Obviously I love gold on there, but I also did like a dry brushing of gold, so I'm not sure if you can see up close. Hopefully you can now. You couldn't see it in the original video, but there is like a gold hue to it, if you know what I mean, like a little bit of a rustic feel. I adore this. I remember I picked it up on a 3 for £1 deal, so this cost me 33p all those years ago. I still have it. It's solid wood and yeah, just perfect even now. So with that being said, let's move on to number 4 on the list. Now you will recognise this if you've been around here for the last month or two. The beach huts that I turned into the Christmas cottages. Do you know what? I absolutely loved this DIY. I loved how this turned out, and you guys did too, and I'm so glad you did because it took me blooming ages, but I had an absolute blast listening to a load of videos and Christmas movies as I was doing this. Honestly, it took me absolute hours. You think it took me about an hour watching this back and realising I only painted it, but no, it did take me forever. So what I did with this part was I took all of the little gubbins off. It had like beach hut flags and like fish on it. So I pulled all them off with pliers. They were metal. I've actually put them in my button box, so one day I'm going to come across those and be like, oh yeah, I remember that. And then I just got to work. So I started painting the bases in the nice colours that I wanted for my decor, just to match in with pieces I already own. And then I went to town with all of the details. I painted on the little windows, I painted on stars, I painted on a little snowman, I painted on a tree. This here I painted on a little reef because there was a little bit of glue on there from one of the fish or the heart or something that was glued there originally. So I thought, I know, I'll paint a reef around it to just disguise that a little bit. And yeah, I just spent absolute hours on this, but it's just turned out so blooming beautifully that I had to put it on the list. That's right, of course I still have this because I only made this year, but some people might have missed it. I don't know. I absolutely love this. Again, in my favourite colours, again, that dark vintagey red with the sage green, a bit of stone colour and a bit of brown. It ties in kind of all of my favourite Christmassy colours. As you can see in the background, like all my tree and everything is decorated with these colours. I love, love, love all the details that I put on there, and I can't help but stare at it. And I think I'm going to keep this one here in my collection for a very long time as well, just like that gingerbread sign. Yeah, I can't get enough of this. I know the people that did watch it really liked the upcycle. Obviously, it was that old beach hut. This cost me £3, I believe it was. And I'd seen like similar ones in a local garden centre just a few days before. So I'm really happy that I made my own because I was able to make it in the exact colours that I wanted with the exact little things I like little stars, hearts, the snowman, the tree, the wreath, all those little details. And it's obviously one of a kind, isn't it? So even better. Anyway, with that being said, guess what number's next? The number 3 on the list. So this here is another one you probably will recognise if you've been around recently. That rocking horse from my charity shop upcycle video. So I found this when I went out charity shopping in Penzance for the day. That vlog is up if you want to check it out. Me finding this in the wild. I fell in love with it. I knew I had to take it home, rescue it. It cost me £3 in a local charity shop. I thought that was absolute steal. I since found exact ones like this on places like Etsy and old sites and stuff for the prices vary wildly, to be honest, anywhere from like £35 up to like £95. This is a solid wood piece. It's like carved. It's beautiful. I'm not quite sure why they sell for so much, but I suppose the craftsmanship in it shows. Anyway, this one here, it was not in a good state, so we had to do some repairs. We had to add some wood filler in some cracks. We had to sand it back. We had to then do a full repaint, and boy oh boy am I glad I did, because this turned out absolutely beautiful. When it came to decorating this piece, I wanted to honour the original design because obviously it was carved and everything, so I still kept all of those original flowers on there. I just accentuated them by painting them back in with this red and the blues. I love red and blue combination when it comes to Christmas. I wish I did the blue in a slightly more muted shade for my own personal taste, but I don't know, I feel like this as a standalone piece does look absolutely beautiful, so I'm glad I went with it. I did originally paint it sage green as you can see right here, but then I thought no, blue and red goes together perfectly. So I just basically, again like the cottages, I went to town on the details. All the before and afters are obviously on the original video. Again, another recent one, so of course I still have this. The reason this is number 3 is just because I don't know about the colours still. I feel like it's a bit too bright for my personal taste, and I don't know why I did it because I did this myself, but I felt like I needed to honour the original piece. I did add some of my own personal flair, like I love the circusy stripes, I love the little stars around here, I love these bits in the gold, I love the red. I think the blue is too prominent of what I typically like. I like the blues to be a bit more muted. I may in the future go back and change this, or I might give it to someone that might appreciate it a bit more as it already is. I'm not sure. I'm really, really, really glad that I saved this from the charity shop though, because it was looking a little bit worse for wear. It was absolutely caked in dust. It took a good scrubbing and disinfecting and a little bit of sanded back. We had wood filler on there, the lot, and I'm really, really happy with how it has turned out. I wish I did it slightly different colours. That's the only reason that it's gone in at number 3. Otherwise, I would have really enjoyed this, you know. I do love it. It's really, really nice. But yeah, there's that one. Anyway, number 2, an oldie, but a goodie. So number 2. Now I'm going to be amazed if anybody who watched this at the time is still here. I made this in 2019. I found this coffee canister in a charity shop and I was like, I have seen the single most perfect Pinterest pin of this cookie jar that someone made with these like tilde gingerbread men coming out, and I'm going to create it from this. So I took it home and I went to town with acrylic paint. People on that video said this isn't going to last, like you need to top coat it, it's going to flake off. Well, let me tell you something, I still have this and I will show you it in the video in a second. So I just painted it with acrylic, the cutest gingerbread men you ever did see on there. I ended up adding text with a Posca paint pen. I don't really rave these that much anymore, but it has held up and it did do a very good job, and I was able to make this very quickly. So yeah, what else can I say? Here it is, 2019 I made this. It's still looking just as it did then. I realised watching back the footage that this part here ended up being really like rusticy. You can kind of see through it. I love it. The paint on it is still just as good as it was back then. Yeah. And do you know what? I use this every single day, and this is why this has come in at number 2, because every single day without fail I use this. Do you know why? Because I use that as a collection pot for all my needles and all of my used insulin vials. And then I transport them into like a yellow medical one for disposals, but this is what I use to collect them all because I love it and it brings me joy. It's so much nicer than a medical kind of canister, isn't it? Like seeing that constantly. So this here is permanently on my bedside table, and it has been for 6 years, and I love it. I just love the handmade grandma feel. I'm so happy that I made this all these years ago. I think the video for this is still live. I did some other upcycles in that video, which I really like. And yeah, with doing the upcycles this year, I feel like I've gone back to like the old me, if you know what I mean, like reconnected with things I love like this. I am a grandma at heart, what can I say? I don't think that's ever going to change. And yeah, I just absolutely adore this. And again, this also was from the charity shop where it was on a 3 for £1 deal. I remember it clear as day, and I picked this up. So again, 30p that cost me, and it brings me daily joy. And with all that being said, we're going to get to my top choice. This was a bit hard choosing this one, but I knew it. So let's go to number 1. This one here was also from the same video where I upcycled that gingerbread sign, and I just was thinking about all the things that I've upcycled over the years. This one here for Christmas decorations, I don't know what it is. It speaks to me on a level I cannot even comprehend. I love it. You know, sometimes when you have those really simplistic things in your life and you think, I love that. That's how I feel about this decoration. So this here, I believe, was like a baby like carousel or something, because it was painted in baby blue, and I just felt like it was from a kid's room or something like that, to be honest. It gave me those sorts of vibes. And I thought, well, this could be the most gorgeous Christmas decoration you ever did see, and that is what it became to me. So I took it home, I disinfected it, I removed all of the weird fabric pom-poms and everything like that that was actually on this piece with pliers. God, honestly, it was such a mess. And I painted the horse in black first of all, so then I knew I could sand off the white paint that I then went and put on it. I painted this with chalk paint, and do you know what, I'm a lover of chalk paint. This was the Rust-Oleum like chalky furniture paint. I need to get some more of that in my life really, because I'm still a big fan of how that turns out. Anyway, so I painted it in the white and I buffed it back so that the black could show through on the horse. I went to town with all of the details, so like the vintagey red shade that I still love to this very day on all my pieces. I added some circusy type inspired triangles around the bottom in a pastel colour. I love that more than I've done recently in my pieces, and I think that's why I love this so much, because of the pastelness and the rusticness and the simplicity and the reds. I just really stuck true to my like full style that I absolutely love, and I just I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, but I adore it. I added my favourite gold type star on it. I added the most cutest dark red little reins on it with gold details, and yeah, the most simple eyes on it, little tiny eyes on things I also love, and that's what makes this bit just absolutely perfect to me. Yeah, look at it. here is another horse. I know, and I know a lot of people are going to prefer the other one, but this one, it just speaks to me. I think this is perfect. It does now have some paint splatters on from other projects, some stain on it. I don't know, it's so rustic and perfect to me. I love the rocking horse, of course, but a carousel horse, I don't know what it is. It does something more to my brain. I prefer a carousel horse to a rocking horse. I feel like you're either one or the other. I love the simplicity of this one with, again, the same dark red shade that I always choose. I love like rusticy gold bits on there. I've distressed it. I've added gold on there. I then added a bit of like circusy touch with the pastel little triangles. I think on the original video you couldn't really see it because back then I was really overexposing all my videos, but that's how the colours are in real life. Gorgeous, right? I've got one of those stars on there that I absolutely love, painted again in my favourite kind of gold paint. This one here was a different one. It was a, tell you what, I've got one of these pens here actually. This one, a Rust-Oleum leafing pen. These did get banned somewhere because of a bad ingredient, but it's a very nice metallic. But now obviously I paint that in with the golden paint, so it's almost identical in shade to this one. Not that you can really see it on there, but yeah, it's absolutely beautiful and I just adore it, and I love it so much still. And again, this here also cost me 30p because it was a part of a 3 for £1 deal. I remember it clear as day. I used to go to this charity shop, but all the bric-a-brac was 3 for £1, and I would upcycle 3 items in each video, so it would cost me £1 per video. And yeah, this was another one of those things that came out of those videos, and I adore it. I still have it, and I think I'm probably going to keep this forever. It was blue, I think, and it had like all these pom-poms and stuff on it. It was really gnarly, but I'm so glad I saved this, and this is going to stay in my Christmas decor for the whole of my life, basically. I never get rid of it. So that's all I've got for today. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing all of those old upcycles. I really enjoyed looking back through all my footage and trying to find them and digging them all out. And yeah, I'm so happy to have them, and obviously to have made it to the end of Vlogmas. So hopefully you enjoyed watching not only today's video but also the last 23. Can you believe I actually did it? I can't. Well, actually I can. I had some discipline in me and I didn't want to let you guys down. So thank you so much for hanging out with me for all of this month. It's been a pleasure to making these videos for you. I will of course be making some videos going forward in the new year and everything. Lord knows what. I will be writing things down in my notebook, so I will have some plans by the time I return next year. Let me wheel a little bit closer. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you have a fantastic Christmas, and I will see you sometime soon. I don't know when, but it won't be tomorrow, that's for sure. But yeah, hopefully you have a great day, and I shall see you very soon for another video. Bye.